Hi teacher, my name is Alexander Pacari. Today we're going to talk about the one topic, phonemic and phonetic transcription. Okay, what is the phonemic transcription, or also sometimes known as broad transcription? Involves representing a speech using a unique symbols for each phoneme in the language. Okay, here you can see that the script has five sounds and that and clean have four sounds and each sound is represented uniquely. Okay, note that the phonemic transcription is placed between blacklight brackets, as you can see. Okay, uh, when we transcribe phonemically, we are not representing real sounds, but abstract mental construction. These are the categories of sounds that speakers understand as sounds of their language. The other way we can translate speech is by phonemic transcription, also known as narrow transcription. This is to represent additional details about the contextual values in pronunciation that occur in normal speech. So, my parent talks to about phonemic transcription in more details.
Hello, my name is Jocelyn Ascano. The topic is phonetic transcriptions. Phonetics is what we say. Phonetics is a branch of linguistics that includes the study of the sounds of human speech. It refers to the physical properties of the speech sounds or signs, their physiological productions, their acoustic properties, their auditory perceptions, and their neurophysiological state, whose objectives is functional explorations of the brain. The phonetic transcriptions is placed between brackets. These symbols represent additional details about the contextual variations in pronunciations that occur in normal speech. Example: strong, thin, and clean. Okay, here you can see that a string has a long vowel represented by the colon diacritic. Then it has an aspirate initial sound by the subscriptional, and the vowel is nasalized, represented by the tilde diacritic about the vowel, and because it immediately precedes a nasal, and the nasal is actually articulate at the interdental place of articulations, represented by the diacritic N, because it immediately precedes an interdental fricative. And finally, clean. Clean has a long vowel represented by the diacritic and a voice represented by the small subscript circle diacritic, because the normal voices quality of SO is expressed by the aspirations of the before it. And thank you.
Good morning, teacher. Today I'm going to talk about morphological analysis, words and morphemes. Part number 1. My name is Marta Fabiola Tortiza Vega. So first, what is morphology? Morphology in linguistics is the science that studies the internal structure and information of words. For that reason, morphology studies the morpheme. What is morpheme? Morpheme is the minimal unit of meaning in a language. So to do a morphological analysis, we need to know what types of morphemes exist, and here we have two types. One of them is free morpheme. Free morphemes are those morphemes can be alone and have a meaning. Another type is bound morphemes. Bound morphemes are those morphemes cannot be alone and don't have a meaning. It means bound morphemes need to another words to constitute a meaning. So free morphemes also have two types. One of them is lexical and the second is functional morphemes. Bound morphemes also have types. One of them is inflectional morpheme. Inflectional morphemes are those morphemes that are used to indicate the aspect of the grammatical function of a word. And the second type of bound morphemes is derivational morphemes. Derivational morphemes can change the category of the word when it is added to the free morpheme. So another part that we need to know to recognize what part is added in a word is what is affixes. Affixes is the part that is added at the beginning or at the end of a word. Here we have two types. One of them is prefixes. Prefixes is the part that is added at the beginning of a word, and suffixes is the part that is added at the end of the word. And here we have an example. Prefix such as on and suffix such as able. So another thing that we need to know is what is a root word. Root word is the basic form of a word. Another point that morphological analysis study is the classification of the morphological structure of languages. Here we have three types. One of them is insulated languages. Insulated languages contain words with free morphemes. Agglutinated language contains words with bound morphemes, and inflecting language contains free and bound morphemes. Here we have morphological process. It is other point that morphological analysis study. Here we have four types. One of them is derivation. Derivation is the process of forming a new word on the basis of an existing word. Inflection morphological process involves the information of grammatical variants of the same word, and those variants can be expressed in information such as number, person, case, genre, tense, mode, and aspect. Semi-affixes morphological process combine forms. It means morphemes that are bound but which retain a word-like quality. Clitization morphological process. Clitization has a clitic. It means the clitic is half word and half affixes. This kind of words isn't part of the word formation rules like the rest of morphology. Now my partner is going to continue with the next part. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Johnny Vergara and today I'm going to talk about word formation. So as we know, English contains three rules that can be combined with affix. What I mean? Suffix or prefix, which creates or modifies words. This is categorized as combining forms of word formation process. The two most important processes in language are the process of inflection, that grammatical variants of the same word. It means that not change the lexical category. For example, police, policies, and dance, dance. Another form is derivation. Derivation creates a new word on the basis of an existing one. It means that it could be changed the lexical categories. Advantage, disadvantage, system, ecosystem, play, player. So, as we know, the word is the smallest sequence of phonemes which has an objective, the practical meaning. It can change if the meaning by sampling modify the word adding affix. So, in English language, a morpheme is the short segment of language that means three basic criteria. It's a part of a word or a word and has meaning. It can be divided in smiling forms, has the same stable meaning in different verbal environments. So, by the other hand, we have the alloform. So, an alloform is one of two or more complementary morphs. The phonetic realization or morpheme, which means a morpheme is different phonological and morphological environments. It could be an alloform in a plural form. We have the morpheme apple and add alloform s, and we have apples. Another interesting part in this morphological analysis is to know how to do a correct morphological analysis. For example, we have, as you can see here, we have the word modernization, that is a noun, and we can divide in a verb and a suffix. So we have the verb modernize. So the verb can be analyzed in the second level as an adjective and as an suffix. We have the adjective modern, the suffix "ice", and the suffix "tion", modernization. For example, another is confrontational. That is an adjective, and it could be in the first level analysis into a noun and a suffix. If the noun becomes a verb and a suffix, so we have confrontation. So that's all. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Dorian Wamba. I'm going to speak about syllables. What is a syllable? We can understand a syllable as a unit of pronunciation that having one vowel sound with or without some random consonants. Syllables. Are syllables important? Yeah, the answer is yes. First thing you should know is that dividing a word into syllables helps greatly with correct pronunciation. At the same time, it acts as an essential guide to non-native speakers who are learning a new language. For example, dividing an unfamiliar word into syllables can also help with its spelling. Although, when it comes to that, it is still recommended to check a dictionary. Complex and simple syllables. Simple syllables also can name single syllables. It makes only one sound. Some words have one unit of sound, which means they have one syllable. More than one sound means the word has more than one syllable. Complex syllables contains a consonant cluster. A consonant cluster is a group of consonants that does not have any vowels between them. We have a specific syllable structure. It's the typical for some syllables. As we can see here, we have four important parts when we construct a syllable. The first is onset, that is the initial segment of a syllable. It's optional because we can find syllables without onset, and we can find with two or more onsets. So we can find a rhyme that it is a core of a syllable consisting of a nucleus and coda. It's obligatory in all syllables. So a rhyme is constituted of nucleus and coda. Nucleus is a central segment of a syllable. It's obligatory, and nucleus usually is a vowel. On the other hand, coda is a closing segment of a syllable. It's optional, and usually is a consonant. Not only one, could be 2, 3, and 4. It's optional because we can find syllables without coda. Also, we have a complex syllable examples and simple syllable examples. So, for example, we have late and complex plate, shark, stack, drink, tea, tree, bag, blend. It was all for me. Thank you for your attention.